babies, direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today, Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
and I'm Ron Milts. All right, we're back.
Jesus, it's been like a year.
It feels every time.
Let's everybody put their hands for Mr. Randy Watson.
Sexual chocolate.
Good to be back.
Well, we had every intention of doing another podcast between now and the last podcast, but it's I think it fell through twice.
Well,
so.
it's summertime, and we got a lot of stuff going on because we are nerds in our midlife crises here, so we have families, and we're actually doing stuff besides, sitting in our dark room playing Xbox, jerking off the Pornhub, crying.
Well, Pornhub, dude, you need X-Hamster, all right? X-Hamster is where it's at. That's all I'm saying. Yes.
I mean, I see that. I go to a porn site that has hamster in it.
I don't know what it's not. I don't think it involves actual hamsters.
I don't know,
but
dude.
Look,
that
for
might
those
be a
of
little over the
for
top.
those of you RedTube and Pornhub, you're like mainstream, all right? That's like the CNN of porn.
Well,
all right?
did you guys know? Have you heard? Have we talked about this before? Have you heard of Tumblr?
Yes.
I mean, this is just porn.
Yes, that's all it is.
4-minute intervals. That's really all you need.
Yeah.
Well, if you need more than that, then God bless you. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, what are you trying to do? Pull it up with a root? I mean, come on. Let's knock this shit out. We got stuff to do.
I'm just saying, anything more than a 30-second clip is really wasteful.
I mean, dude, if you're trying to fucking rub one out in the fucking bathroom of a fucking Shell gas station at 2:30 in the morning, listen, 4 minutes. That's all you need.
Sure.
If
right.
it doesn't, it's not meant to be.
right.
Just pack it in and go home.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
that took a left turn. All right,
Right off the top.
right off. There we go. So, yeah, man. So we're back. We're excited. We're here to. We got a lot to talk about.
It's Comic-Con week.
It is Comic-Con
Yes,
week.
San Diego.
Tomorrow.
By the time you guys hear this, either Comic-Con will be in full swing or it will be over, depending on how.
No,
long
Ron's gonna post this shit tonight.
All
so
right.
it'll be
Every minute counts at this point.
well, and then I'm gonna since we're not boothing this year,
right?
And I've seen all the Batman Blacks or whatever that
Black
one.
and white Batman
there we go.
statue,
That one could possibly see. I'm gonna plan on trying to do some interviews down at Comic-Con this weekend.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so we'll see.
As long as it's not me doing them, we'll be okay. Because
You're
the
terrible.
One time
You're
it's not
terrible.
good.
You're like, so how do you like stuff?
Do you
Is
like-
it-
Not my jam.
Do you like comics or pops more? I like comics.
That's what we should do. I'll just do that all weekend long. Everybody, I'm sorry. Hi, I'm talking to Stephen Frank from Silver. Do you like comics or pop, Stephen?
Right.
And, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Can we all just a small prayer to whatever deity or non-deity that you love and like to end the pop craze? Yeah. It's garbage, guys. It's crap. If you're gonna be a fucking collectible, be a real collectible.
Beanie
okay?
Babies.
Have you ever seen one of those out of the box?
More garbage. What's that?
A pop?
My kid's gnawing one.
It is like, and I have one randomly, the Hot Topic guy pop that sits on my shelf there.
Do we have that?
It was a gift from somebody that we will give away if somebody wants it here on the show. We'll do it as a giveaway.
We're gonna go ahead.
South Park.
We're gonna re-gift a gift.
Here's the it was
it's
like
South Park
a nerd gift, like hey, I got this. So no, because every time we do a giveaway for the podcast, Glenn wins. So
Glenn, if you want this guy, per se,
Glenn is our number one super fan, and every time we're like, hey, repost shit. You know who reposts shit? Glenn, and then Glenn comes, hey, Glenn, congratulations, you won because you have 37 tickets in the little drawing hat that I pull out of, and you're like the guy from Real Genius that like fixed the Doritos challenge, So, but yeah, I mean, I've got a shelf full of stuff that we need to give away that we've gotten from other.
Do we call that movie as a second chance film?
Oh, Real Genius a long time ago.
I'm sure we did.
Absolutely, yeah.
Dude, I love that movie.
So that's all we've definitely second chance movie that. So yeah, we got Comic-Con coming up this weekend, and sadly Steve will not be joining us again this year.
This is year 2 of no Comic-Con for me, man.
So Chris and I are heading down, I think tomorrow for preview night, and then I'll be back on Friday. I got my show this weekend, so I'm doing stuff. And then
How's that going?
it's great, man. We opened up great this last weekend. I got a huge, great audience response so far. So you know how it is. It's like anything. For me, it's like it's a whole separate part of my life that exists different from this. So I don't bring it up on the podcast because it's like by the time you hear this, the shit's closed or we've moved on to something else. So it's not really worth pimping here. But
gotcha. Normally this week, I'd be getting ready for con right now, packing my bags, getting collectibles ready to get signed.
Wait, weren't
making
you?
lists,
You were supposed to go camping this weekend.
Instead, I have been spending my time researching high-end camping coolers. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, this motherfucker can hold this ice for 8 days.
Wow.
And well, the funny part is I got kicked out of. I got kicked out of a Facebook group, if you could imagine.
Oh, Lord.
Because I asked how many dead hookers heads I could fit in said cooler.
Wow.
And I was quickly removed from the group.
You did it.
They didn't answer it, though?
I don't know.
You did it in a haha joking way.
Of course.
And they were not feeling.
There are some people out there just, no sense of humor these days. They don't appreciate a good meme.
Well, that's the current.
Or, dead hooker joke.
That's the current thread that I posted yesterday, which is the name a movie. You're allowed to keep one regular person
That was
in
a good.
it.
That was a good one.
And the rest of the cast has to be Muppets. And so
Yes.
then I threw in the human centipede, but only the girl in the middle.
Right.
And it was you could tell the people on our, on our.
That was a good one. I saw a fucking Schindler's List
with
where
the
even
girl in
I was
red.
like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, that's
it
digging
reminded me
deep
of that
right there.
episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Remember when the movie had been out for months and
Right.
they took a date there? They're making out in the middle
At
of
Schindler's
fucking
List, yeah.
Schindler's List. It was I'm verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves. It was terrible. That's what I thought of the Muppet red girl dress comment. I was like, oh fuck.
I started thinking about that concept. So the concept is basically the rest of the movie becomes Muppets, right? And you get one human left.
Isn't that movie coming out soon?
Well, that's the Melissa McCarthy thing that looks like fun. But think about some of your classic films. How fucking great would The Running Man be with just Arnold Schwarzenegger and then nothing but Muppets like hunting him?
Dude, just him fucking hucking a fucking Muppet, or even say it was The Shining.
Oh my
and
God,
Jack
Night of the Living
Nicholson-
Dead.
When Jack
How
Nicholson
amazing would
fucking
that be?
hits that fucking dude in the chest with the fucking axe. Can you
Right.
imagine him just fucking chopping that fucking Muppet right?
Stuffing flying out.
Oh,
my
fucking
God.
great. Man.
I go through my head because I was like, what would be a really great movie that would be unbelievably watchable if only one character remained and it was legit. And I'm I was going through this. I'm Friday the 13th, but Jason is the only,
just killing
just
the
killing
fuck out of these
Muppets.
Muppets, dude. It's I love those videos where they've taken Barney
Yeah.
and or Bert and Ernie and they've edited them to fucking 90s gangster rap
What
hip hop
about
and
what about
shit,
Driving
dude.
Miss
I love
Daisy, but
those.
only Morgan Freeman? Everybody else is Muppets.
So she
It didn't have to be action. You said it could be anything.
I'm not sure that Driving Miss Daisy is
But imagine how much different that movie would be.
how about Forrest Gump? If Forrest Gump
I
was
did notice we did not give this one a little boost. We should have given it a little boost.
Well, that was in the group because
Oh,
we have
okay.
for those of you that listen to the show, if you're not a part of it yet, we have a secondary group. So we have the Nerdlife Crisis, Facebook page, and then within Facebook we have a group that it's just us. It's we post shit in there on the regular.
and join that group because you'll see those posts as opposed to our regular. You know how the whole Facebook thing, they want you to pay for us to see your posts.
Well, speaking of that, so Steve.
Dabbling. I've been dabbling.
Steve has been dabbling, and he decided this week to rile up the Kylos of the world.
Yes.
So for those of you guys that don't know, you can boost shit on Facebook. They want your money, and it goes out to a larger advertising group outside of even just our followers.
Yes.
But holy shit! So tell us about that post you put up,
So
Steve.
the post was a little cartoon, and it was it had stars from Star Wars, from the Phantom Menace to current, whose kind of lives have been changed in a very negative sense because of their participation in these movies. These
Right.
Actors.
So,
right?
like the
They're
kid.
acting. Yeah.
You know, he quits acting.
Yeah,
as a
you know,
result.
like Jar Jar, the guy who played Jar Jar Binks wanted to, commit
suicide.
suicide. We talked about, Michelle Tran, right?
Yeah.
Having
Is it Kelly?
to,
Is it Michelle or Kelly?
I don't know.
but also I guess Daisy Ridley,
Yeah, she quit Twitter, I
like
believe.
she has,
yeah.
like she caught
Instagram,
some
there you go.
flack too and stuff,
I
And-
love Lucas sells off the franchise
because
because
he
it's
said
just
it
not
wasn't
fun.
fun anymore. I don't know how true that was.
Oh, no,
or not.
there's
that's
quotes
what he
of him.
said. And to me, it's like, well, hey, listen, man, this is what the guy's saying. I mean, yeah, sure, he's made more money than not as much as Amazon, but he made
Right.
a ton of money. Obviously, not that he fucking needs any more.
Right.
But if somebody's telling you, like, hey, yeah, man, listen, I almost fucking committed suicide because of the backlash I got for fucking, doing this Jar Jar Binks character, like, why would I don't know, try to discount that? You're
Right.
telling me what you're fucking feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And holy shit, did I fucking rile up the Kylos.
Oh, man.
Because at the end of the fucking meme, it says, Disney fucking made this character and this is you. You're
Yeah.
selfish and you're fucking you're worshiping dead idols or something like
Right.
that. You're fucking old cosplayers and crap. And fucking shit, did it fucking
Well, I even
did
chimed
it
in trying to be
rub a-
funny.
Yeah.
Saying, okay, well, why isn't Hayden on this thing? Can we at least have something terrible happen to him? Like, he doesn't have anything on here that says he suffered and he needed to. And I thought it was funny. But it got ugly, like real
And then
fast.
these guys, like, they started attacking each other.
Yeah.
And they
Sad,
started going to like each other's pages and like, kind of like checking this dude out. And you're just like, holy shit. No fucking wonder these stars of
And we're nobody.
yeah,
like, we're
I mean,
nobody.
Can you
yeah.
fucking imagine, dude? Like, you guys see, I've been known to stir the fucking shit on Facebook, and I fucking
Wait, who? You?
yeah,
no.
right? These are just my fucking friends,
Right?
Right? I didn't know I knew so many fucking little bitches. Right? They're such fucking little hoes. I mean, right off the bat, you could tell when Chris goes on fucking summer break because then he starts fucking commenting on my shit.
Be
You're
fair,
like,
be
you're like,
fair.
fuck, I haven't seen this fucking dude in like a couple months, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, it's fucking summer break. Chris is fucking bored.
Be
It's only
fair,
day fucking
be
one.
fair.
He's
Wait,
fucking
wait.
bored.
Hold on. I will give the argument when you go on vacation,
Right.
like your regularity pops up as well. So
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All of a sudden,
sure.
it goes from like Steve's one a day to
Yeah.
like Steve is all burn it down, burn it all down.
But my point being is like, you're fucking sitting here arguing with the fucking, a couple people or whatever that you personally know. Right. Now you're in a fucking position of like this fucking fame where you've got thousands, millions of fucking followers, and you are fucking getting massive negative fucking shit.
Right.
Like, and I even said, listen, like, we're talking about fucking people who are getting everything from racist shit to being threatened to be fucking raped to
Right.
fucking murdered. They threaten their fucking kids and their fucking family.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I mean,
No.
what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? And then you see some of the fucking people with their comments and you go, you're the kind of fucking person who would do this.
Exactly.
Dude.
Right.
Like, all you're focusing on is the fucking Kylo end. You're not fucking all the other stuff.
Like, the important point
Yeah.
was
Fucking-
quit being a fucking asshole to these people.
Right over their fucking head, dude. Right over their
They're
head.
just
like,
actors
and
getting
they're
a
like,
paycheck,
I'm gonna,
you know?
you know what? Here's another chance for me to make my goddamn statement. You're like, fuck. I can just see these fuckers pounding away on their phones with their fucking fat, greasy chicken fingers, dude, with fucking goddamn fucking Cheeto crumbs all over their fat fucking gut. Oh, sucking down Mountain Dew. You're fucking pathetic, dude. That's why you fucking hate them, because you've never built or done anything.
I was worried
I mean, you've
went
never
too
even
far.
done anything.
because I said Boba Fett sucks. and Steve's response was what? You remember?
You fucker.
Right here.
Yeah, I mean, how dare you? How dare you? I mean, goddamn. Dude.
Well, that was once again, you're missing if you're
You
not.
did that on purpose just to hurt me.
He did just a little bit. Well, him and fucking Bandage Man are like the most worthless characters in Star Wars.
His name is fucking Dengar, yo.
Well, him, Bandage Man,
The
and then
Gauzebuster.
There's Lizard Guy and Bug Guy 1 and Bug Guy 2.
4 lemon suckers.
So, they all.
Fucking click pen head.
IG-88. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
No, he's the vibrator droid, right?
Hey, you know what? You know where I get lost? They're fucking, Jabba's palace and the cantina. All them motherfuckers, they all
have
got
names,
names.
yeah.
They all have backstories and all kind. I don't know their asses.
No.
It's funny when I was younger, like I was like, I'm going to make it a point to know the name of every single character like in these movies, and now I'm like, what did I waste valuable fucking brain
But you know
space
what?
going 3 E's? Yes, 3 E's. I know who that guy is. He's the guy in Jabba's palace with the 3 eyes. 3 E's. So it's like, why? Why at 41 do I need that knowledge in my brain?
It was
But
important, though.
It was very important. It was very important.
You didn't want to be caught fucking like wearing a Star Wars shirt and not being able to fucking like do the roll call.
Oh.
You're a poser. Hello.
Oh, so Mike, who is our fourth person that never is available, it goes. So he was funny story. So he's the star of my current show, the comedic lead. But he goes. We're doing lines and the word there's the word the rancor and he goes. He's like, you feel my rancor. And I'm all, whoa, hold. And he's like, what? I go, it's not the giant beast from Return of the Jedi, Mike. That's not how you pronounce that word. So I figured you guys would appreciate
Nerd
that.
problems.
Nerd problems in acting, right? So, but yeah, man. So we'll.
Yeah, it's like, and after that, you go, God damn, dude, like the fan base of all these fucking like genres or franchises are like actually like the worst thing for them.
Right.
They're fucking, they're borderline terrible.
Right.
I mean,
And
fuck,
it
dude.
blows my mind that people get so possessive over something that is not fucking theirs. Like,
Yeah.
you did not write this. You did not contribute at all to this.
Yeah.
Other than the fucking $6 you paid for the discount day ticket.
Right.
But you're going to, like, come unglued because they didn't put the right fucking bounty hunter in that scene or something? Like, who are these people?
Well, and then the ones that are like so proud that Solo failed, and you're like, it's just a movie, dude.
Yeah,
and it's still
yeah.
made. And truthfully, had they not done $160 million in reshoots, like it probably would have been fine, you know. But
right,
it's like
right.
it didn't make a.
I think somebody had
$1
actually
billion.
not. I think they went ahead and shared it. For some reason, I saw their share, and their comment was pretty much saying that the entire film was full of nobodies, and I was like, dude, what?
What?
What the fuck?
I mean, and then I look, just I could see the person's picture and go, how old are you?
Right.
Like 16? Like what the fuck do you know? Woody Harrelson
Well, Oscar nominated Woody
is
Harrelson.
far.
Emmy.
So
Emmy
goddamn
nominated.
fucking far for being a fucking nobody.
That guy's he's gonna eat.
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
That whole cast, dude.
Right.
That whole cast.
The only one that isn't is Solo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody else is somebody.
Yeah, dude. Like
That whole cast, dude. That once again.
Well,
I
how
mean-
can you keep any more true to the original film, Episode 4, than to cast a bunch of little-known actors? Like,
Well,
throw
that's
a
more.
couple of.
I think that's more like what they did with with Episode 7 with the newbies, which is
Right.
Oscar Isaac hadn't hit yet. John Boyega had like a movie or two under his belt,
Right.
And then Daisy Ridley was like, she wasn't anybody at that
well,
point.
who the fuck were all these people in fucking A New Hope?
Exactly.
A bunch
Right.
of goddamn nobodies,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean,
Even
Harrison
Harrison Ford had one movie.
Harrison
to his
Ford had
credit.
like what, a fucking small cameo in fucking Apocalypse Now?
No, American
no,
Graffiti.
American Graffiti.
Okay,
Apocalypse
so-
Now came after.
Did it come after?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm messed up on my dates.
I think Apocalypse Now was 81.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Was
like,
it really?
Yeah, it was in the early 80s
Huh,
or late
okay.
70s, early 80s.
But yeah, it was like they were a bunch of fucking nobodies.
Well, even the name actors,
You
like
know?
Alec Guinness. Like, who was talking about Alec Guinness at that point?
Well,
Right.
first off,
or even like Peter Cushing.
79.
You
79,
know?
by the way.
Oh, okay.
79,
Okay.
so.
I mean, Peter Cushing, like, really to this day, unless you're into British horror movies,
Right,
you
right.
fucking don't know who he
know any of
is,
these
dude.
people are.
Yeah, fucking A,
Right.
you know? So, yeah. I couldn't understand
this
that
isn't
comment.
the fucking Marvel universe
I was like,
here.
but
We're not
even-
bringing in every
but-
goddamn
but speaking-
A-lister to be in
but
this
speaking
movie.
of Marvel Universe, what's his name? The British guy who plays...
Cumberbatch?
No. The fucking...
Thor.
No. In
Iron Man.
Solo.
Rocket.
Rocket.
Vision.
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany, yeah.
Fuck me if this guy hasn't been in two of the biggest, hottest goddamn movies in the last probably 5 fucking years. And he was the voice of the goddamn...
Right. Right.
This guy is a little something. You know, he's been
got
around
some
a little
cool
bit.
movies, too.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Fucking
shit.
Priest and Legion.
Beautiful
and-
Mind, Da Vinci Code.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. That's right, huh?
He
was-
was killed in Da Vinci Code.
Dude, no, he
Alright,
was
yeah.
dude, he was so good in Beautiful
Yeah.
Mind with Russell Crowe. Like,
Fucking nobody, right?
yeah. Well, Knight's Tale. You can't forget Knight's Tale.
Yeah, I don't even
And of
know.
course,
That goddamn movie, it's still,
Yeah, I can't-
I can't watch that
and of course,
movie,
the,
dude.
the greatest Paul Bettany movie of them all, which is of course Legion, where he
Oh,
plays
yeah.
the angel.
Yeah, oh, I remember the movie.
That
The-
movie-
The
The only problem with that movie is Dennis Quaid and his weak ass fucking accent. It is
I
so
tell you, man,
goddamn terrible.
At the end of it, though, when the fucking angels are fucking duking it out,
Right.
was pretty fucking
Right.
cool, man. It was,
That
I was
movie,
like,
that movie was better than I think people gave it credit for. So, I mean, they tried to spin it off into like a TV show recently too.
Yeah,
it did
no,
not work.
no.
I
I
watched.
thought it was okay.
I watched an hour of it, and I'm all, I'm good. I don't need
Yeah.
to ever do this again.
oh,
So,
yeah.
No, I think
Yeah,
it was
so-
all right.
but
It held up.
You know, it gives you a bit of a taste of the world out there that makes up our fandom. That's going to be at Comic-Con. Well, actually, I take that back.
Those people
you
will
mother-
not be at
You're not
Comic-Con.
going to be at Comic-Con. You're
No.
going to be sitting there wishing you could even fucking
They'll be
go at
watching
least one
Conan.
time. Yeah, you
They're-
know.
you know what though? They're the same people that if they met the people that they've been bitching about would get all fanboy over.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, they're like, well, I don't like this and I don't like that, but you turn around and you give them the opportunity to, even if like, you know, it's like Ryan Johnson shows up, or like Daisy Ridley, or the
Yeah.
guy that was Han Solo, Alden
Right.
and Reich, who's got the weirdest name ever. Like they would just be like, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you." Da 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 da. You know, no
Right.
conviction
Yeah.
in their hatred for stuff. You know.
Well, I mean, you know, I think we talked about this in a prior podcast too. It's like, yes, listen, I understand. You know, it's what we do on this show and on every show. We talk about these movies. We criticize performances, scripts, direction, the whole thing. But never, ever would I feel the need to go to any of these actors or even directors' personal fan pages or Instagrams or
Or in
Facebooks
person.
or any type of and like say, listen, you racist, insert fucking gender motherfucker here. You suck. I hope you die, and I hope that your kids get raped.
Right.
I don't understand that.
That's a
dude.
hell of a leap right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, it's just like criticize the movie. Hey, listen, even better yet, don't go see the movie.
There you go.
Well, don't go. It's great. You know, you can turn it off if you're not enjoying it, or you can just walk the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, but like when you start getting like, that's too much for me, man. I can't be around these people.
Look, at the end of the day, it's like, instead of being a crazy person that's gonna like stalk and like hate on people for no apparent reason,
Yeah.
other than the fact that you didn't like a movie, it's like just let your dollars do the talking, you know.
Can we just agree that Star Wars fans are the worst fucking fans on
No,
the
I
planet
don't.
when it comes to this?
I don't agree with that because I
Who's
don't.
worse?
You know, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of with Chris on this as far as with these genres. Like,
I think genres. I think that's what it comes down to. I think,
don't hear
You don't
this.
see Trekkies doing that shit
I
to
don't
the
hear.
new movies.
You know what? I don't hear this in the fucking horror world.
No.
People just don't go.
Even in Marvel, you don't hear this shit.
well, Marvel hasn't made a really bad film.
Okay,
yet.
you hear it with DC a little bit, but you know the DC fans defend it.
Well, I like those DC movies,
Yeah,
and
fuck
I know I'm
those.
the only one. So I think that those movies, if left alone to let Zack Snyder make his films and not try to turn them into Marvel, they're much better. So they're
aren't
a
they
little
gonna
long.
be? Aren't they gonna be too dark for you, Ron?
No, I fucking love them, dude.
As long as it's earned.
I like some shit with
Speaking
pathos.
of DC, I mean, now we've been they've announced that Joaquin Phoenix is going to be some sort of a Joker movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
did not read the article.
I don't know about all that, but sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
How many fucking Joker movies do we need?
it's not that. DC literally has like 25 movies in development right now. Whether or not these movies get made is another thing entirely. But they have
Black Widow.
Well, that's a Marvel film, but
No, I know, but that shit fucking ain't getting made.
it might, and it might be in Phase 4. But the DC universe, they're just literally like in development, throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. You know.
Gotcha.
But I mean, look, you definitely are getting Aquaman.
Yes.
Like you were definitely getting a Wonder Woman 1984. Like that's happening.
I mean, and when the Aquaman poster dropped, I mean, could you guys hear? Did you hear? Did you hear all the fucking panties dropping for Jason Momoa, dude?
No.
I mean, it was
That shit
almost.
ain't any good in my house anymore.
Listen, you're being.
They got no love for him anymore.
What
You're
happened?
being lied to.
No, I'm not, dude.
This is what.
They watched a fucking interview where he actually spoke, and they're like, "Oh God!" It's like that fucking movie where the guy's all ripped and he comes up and he's got the little tiny voice.
No. I have a
But he's
man
got
crush on him. You're
Oh
wrong.
no, dude.
Well,
he's,
to me,
he's dumb as a fucking box
It's
of
not
hammers.
just Jason Momoa. If you're listen, guys out there, if your lady hasn't come out straight up to you and told you that they want to fuck either Jason Momoa,
Thor.
Chris Hemsworth, you name the superhero. If they haven't told you straight out, I would fuck that guy. That would be my hall pass. Let me tell you, dude, there's something darker and there's something secret fucking going on in their fucking head. Because not only do they want to fuck them, they're going to make you wear that pink pussy hat and watch. And they're going to put a ball gag in you. And they're going to put...
Wait.
they're
In
gonna
you?
Put,
In you? Like,
in your,
well, I
in
don't
your
think-
mouth. In your
Okay,
mouth.
okay.
And they're
I was
gonna,
like, whoa.
And they're going to make you wear the fucking penis cage. Have you guys seen one of these fucking
I have not.
Okay, and then if you're fucking, they're gonna put you on fucking cleanup when they're fucking done.
Clean up.
I'm telling you.
Ooh.
Oh, like they're gonna hand me a mop and like I'm the gimp from
you alright,
Pulp
dude? Is
Fiction.
everything okay?
Everything's fine with me.
That
my
was
wife,
very specific.
My wife told me straight up which Marvel guys she would fuck. I already know.
No,
dude.
I'm not saying
telling
that
you
it wasn't
I'm
that
telling
way.
you the chicks out there go, I don't like guys like that with muscles.
No,
bullshit,
no.
dude.
That's not the
Not
case.
only are they going to do, they've already fucked him. In their mind, they've already climbed up on top of your
Getting graphic.
fucking
Getting
ass,
graphic.
and they have thought of Chris Hemsworth the whole time, dude.
Well, being
So
that I'm
just,
never going to
you
be
know.
6'4" and Australian, like I'm my wife screwed in that regard. So
You're not going to be a pirate gave birth to an angel.
no, but have you looked at have you looked at those Hemsworth brothers? Because it's like you got Chris and he's like, you know, and then you got Liam and you're like, oh, that one's still, and then you got the one that's on Westworld, and you're like, he's sort of like the sloth of the Hemsworth family.
He's a Billy Baldwin.
I could be the fourth I could be the fourth Hemsworth where you're like, ooh, see, the copy of the copy of the copy is not as good as the original. You know, it just like
Right.
starts going downhill. So
I just watched Ragnarok again, man. I just can't get enough of that movie. I wish I
It's
would have seen that
fucking
one in the
great,
theater.
right?
I love it, dude. I had one of my
we're trying to tell you forever.
a good friend of mine. Like I said, you know, hey, it's hard for us to get to the movies these days.
Yeah,
it
no, I
costs,
got you.
It costs $1 million for us to
Dude,
go to the flicks these
Movie
days.
pass.
You know?
That's all I'm saying.
I
Well, you know,
just canceled mine
it's
yesterday.
not even
Really?
that, dude. It's
Have
like
have you read the new terms?
Which part?
Oh, to go to fucking Movie Pass
they're gonna make you
now,
wear the penis cage.
They do. You have to wear the penis cage. No, you can't get it ahead of time. You have to be within 100 yards of the fucking theater to buy your
it's
ticket.
always been that way.
It's never been that way.
It's always been that way for me.
It hasn't for
Wait.
me. I've always bought them at home and then gone to the theater.
No, it's always.
You have to be within 100 yards of the place
Okay.
to buy the tickets.
All right.
When you get your ticket, you have to take a picture of it and send it to them to prove that you bought the ticket. And if you don't check in within a certain amount of minutes, then it's like a demerit on your account or some
First
shit.
off, why is any of that a problem?
Fuck all that. It's not worth it.
It's still $10 a month. We went and saw 4 movies last week that we were like, basically the wife and I both have a movie pass, and we were like, hey, let's go to all the movies we wanted to go to. So literally every movie we're about to talk about, like we went and saw, like, because we didn't have work, so it was like, why not? Like, let's go to a movie and like we'll get away from the heat at the house, you know, and we'll go enjoy we'll do because we did basketball camp in the morning, swimming in the afternoon or in the early morning, and then a 1 o'clock movie during the heat of the day. We came right out at 4, and it was beautiful, and went to the park. And we literally did that 4 days in a row last week, and it was like, thank you, Movie Pass.
What a savings!
No thanks.
$10.
What
No
a
thanks.
savings!
Meanwhile, Captain Sir Bitch-a-lot over here. That's what it is. You're
that,
Sir Bitch-a-lot.
Well, now I know why Ron doesn't necessarily text us back fast enough, because he's taking pictures of shit and he's fucking emailing it.
Dude, it's like, how much
All right.
more do I have to fucking do to get
So-
$15 worth of movies
So first
this
off,
month?
you literally do what you always do, Steve. Like, you walk up and you go, because we go to the luxury one that you like up of Alessandro.
Yes.
And I go, what seats do you have available for this movie? And they go, well, let me show you. Cool. And I go, well, let me just check in with my Movie Pass. I literally check in at the window. Hand her my Movie Pass card.
Do you go, let me just check in with my Movie Pass?
I
and
do.
you fucking hold the phone up?
I do.
Ding.
Like I'm in a commercial, like completely. And then
I love it.
and then he hands it back to me, and then in my Movie Pass goes, oh, and within the app, you take the picture, and that's it. Like, Chris is describing it like it's some sort of, like, outside-of-body
Hey,
experience.
Look it, when we fucking... Come on. I mean, really?
He's
We
just
know
like-
better.
he's like, it's
I'm
like
not
him-
waiting in line for a goddamn picture. It's going to take like 10 minutes. Fuck that. I'm out.
Right,
Wait,
exactly.
it's like, remember, it's like him walking at Comic-Con. He's like, I'm so tired. My feet are killing me. It's like, dude, we've been here 2 hours. You're like, but my feet, I need to sit.
It's like we've been doing 225-pound squats. It's leg day. I'm not waiting in line. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. I'd like to make a formal complaint. It's ridiculous. You have to wait in a fucking line. I'm not sending a picture to your ass.
How dare you want to make sure that people are not defrauding you of money?
Fuck all that.
Movie Pass. I'm just saying, like,
So
There's a better way to do it. That isn't that.
okay, well then
Inconvenient.
start Chris Pass, and then you figure out the way to do it.
Bottom
Like,
line is, dude, I fucking have a job. I don't have to worry about this shit.
well, cool. Then you can spend full price on fucking movie tickets, and I will spend $10 a
That's
month.
Fine, you do that. You saved a few bucks. That's cool.
Well, first off, I'm saving $4 anytime if I even go to just one movie a month, it's saving me $4. So
you know what I like to do? She hasn't listened to the podcast lately because I do swear so much, and she listens to it at her office. So the wife doesn't know that I will. I'll call into work
and goes.
and go see the movie by myself.
I'm telling you, dude. Get that Movie Pass, Steve. It'll be the best $10 a month you
Yeah.
ever spent. So
So what did you see while using this Movie Pass?
Fuck Movie Pass.
Dude.
In fact, I'm going to cut it up as soon as I get home. Sit on my dress. I'm going to cut it up
you're a
and burn
dummy.
it.
You're just a dummy. That's
No,
all.
fuck that thing. After all the hassle I went through to get carries and then finally got that motherfucker canceled, and I'm just done with it, dude.
Oh,
Ain't
real
worth
quick
the hassle.
on like the movie thing. Like I have an addiction to any type of rewards cards.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
terrible about this, right? So our local theater that's closest to me is a Regal Cinema at our local plaza. And when they opened up, I got the rewards card. How long ago was that?
10 years.
Since episode 3.
Oh shit! 2005. That thing's been open.
Yeah. So I've had the card ever since. And I just happened to look on, like, I was going through my wallet and throwing crap away, and I pulled the card out. I was at work, and I had some downtime, so I looked up the site real quick and looked up my account. I'm like a triple diamond member. I wasn't
Wow.
aware that I had scored so many fucking points.
So how many free movies did you have?
Well, I've had many free movies over the years and popcorns and sodas and all that shit, but what I didn't know is I was accruing points for, like movie posters and like
Oh, wow.
all this other crap
Oh.
that I could fucking get. And I was like, oh, well, fuck. Let's see how high I could get with
You
this.
know, you got to hold on for a little longer because a quadruple diamond includes a free lap dance during
Yes.
every film.
Oh, that'd be great, man.
So there's the lap dance girl comes over.
now that
and-
they have the
Especially good
reclining
during those kids'
seats and
films.
shit. Dude.
yeah, absolutely,
know.
absolutely, it's the best.
Well, you know, and I always take the boys with me, and I'll be like, "Hey, that's new mommy." You know?
I gotta tell you real quick. You guys got me thinking. So we bought a new car on Saturday, right?
Yes, very happy for you.
Yeah, dude. So
Congratulations.
for those of you that don't know, I'm a giant nerd about technical stuff. If you've not listened to the show enough, but but I've been eyeballing a Tesla for about 8 years, and I finally got one. So we picked up our Model S on Saturday, and it's a used one. It's not new because I don't believe in buying new cars. They're too expensive. So anyways, but we went for the test drive, and I gave the guy my license for the test drive so they can make the photocopy so I don't steal their shit. And the geniuses at the place where I bought the car shredded my fucking license on accident.
What?
Yeah. So.
Oh, motherfucker,
Yeah.
dude.
So not even like I was like. How?
How do you always end up being that guy?
That's exactly fucking it.
What, huh? Is that a word? What, huh?
Oh, here's what's even better. We get home. We're driving home with my brand new car, and because God hates me even more, guess what I get? A fucking cracked windshield. Like within 10 minutes of owning the car, we got hit by a rock on the fucking freeway. Like, yeah, it just like yeah.
You should go turn this motherfucker back in.
No, we're keeping this bitch. So
this is like
it's
I don't know,
it's
man.
like a Stephen King novel,
It's
right?
like red flags, yo.
So anyway, so I get to they felt bad, so they actually knocked a couple $100 off the price of the car.
Oh, I'd be throwing in some fucking floor mats too, yo. And I want a fucking detail.
There you go. So I went to the DMV today. Well, first off, I haven't been to the DMV in probably 10 years.
The worst.
Right? Second off, when did the DMV turn into the fucking cantina from Star Wars? Because
Dude, there's stacks of chicken cages and shit, and it's like, what the fuck is going on in here?
Wow.
like you walk in and it's like, I looked around today and I'm all, this is a hive of scum and villainy if there ever has been one before. Like it was like this cross section of weird and different people. There was like, the old man from Up and like the rapping grandma, and then like the Hispanic guy that was trying to get a license that was obviously not legal,
But then when you get up to the people helping you, and all of a sudden they like open up their fucking shirt, and Quado comes out of their goddamn chest. And it's like, Quaid. And you're like, fuck me. This is like I'm on a fucking station at Mars.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it was insane, like walking around. There was a guy that was had a Black Panther necklace on.
Oh.
I mean, like, the Black Panther, like the necklace, but he had a black shirt on. And I looked over and I was like dumbfounded because I was like, this is like a week before Comic-Con. And this guy is like, okay, cool. But it was like, I hadn't been there in a while.
Oh, wait, are we talking about Black Panther the movie?
Yes. So,
I'm sitting here thinking Black Panther party.
No,
yes.
not like Forrest Gump. I almost saw the original Black Panther party. But no, and then there was the guy that was like head to toe tattooed to the left of me. There was the cross-eyed dude and his old lady to the right of me. And it was just like, I was just sitting there like, I'm like, wow, like this is what the cantina felt like at fucking Tatooine. Like, this is it. Like, I'm looking around the room just like, look, there's a wolf guy over there, and look, there's a weird hammerhead guy over there. It just was the DMV, and it was funny because it was like the lady that helped me was super nice, and I've discovered a DMV hack that I will share with you and our listeners now. So when you go to the DMV now, you check in, all right? And then they give you a sheet, and then they're like, go sit and wait. Well, the sit and wait part could take upwards of, 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how busy it is, right? Well, here's the thing they don't tell you. If they call your number up and you've already gone, you can go back to that line over there, and they'll fucking fill out a new thing, and they have the different codes for different things, and one of their codes is for appointments. And the appointment, so when you've missed your spot, you go into the appointment queue. So what I did today is I went in, I waited to get in, I checked in, and then I left. And I went to work. And then I came back after work at 4:45, and I walked up to the line and said, hey, I'm sorry, I had to leave, and I missed my time. She goes, okay. Put me down. I was the next person up, and I walked right up and did my DMV.
See, last time I went, right at the fucking gate, man, some super fucking aggressive security guard at the door was like, this is for appointments. And I was like, and it was like, we don't serve your kind here. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. I have an appointment, I mean.
Yeah, right?
Christ.
Well, I broke and fixed the DMV. And then the fun thing was, it was like, you know when you think of DMV employee, what you think of? Quado. So I'm standing there talking to the nice lady, nice heavy-set woman across from me there, and the most banging hot chick that worked at the DMV walked behind her. And when you do that thing where you catch yourself, do a double take, and then stare as she walks by? It was like, yeah, I want to... Just watching her walk. And you do the long look where you're watching her go to her desk, and the woman knows I'm staring at this, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what were you saying? I'm just like, I feel like I should come to this DMV more.
Man,
so
fucking that place is a nightmare, dude.
Yes, absolutely. So anyways, that's my tale of
I still can't get over the fact that they shredded your license.
Yeah. It is, I mean,
dude,
like there's dumb and then there's that, right?
You must have really fucked up in a former life because this stuff happens to you all the time.
I tell my wife that, and she goes, she's like, I just feel like you make a bigger deal out of this stuff than, and I go,
no,
who does this happen? Like,
that's like, you see some of the shit I fucking post about. I've had people fucking send me messages and go, like, does this just happen to you? And I go, doesn't this happen to everybody?
Right?
Like, I don't.
Oh, think about when we went to Seattle.
I mean, haven't you ever walked out your fucking front door at 3:45 in the morning and some fucking crazy person's trying to set your neighbor's fucking yard on fire? That doesn't... Am I the only one? Fucking apparently so.
Oh, you didn't... you're telling that story as though our listeners know it. Why don't you finish, like, what happened to you, Steve?
Yeah. So, I come out of my house at 3:45 in the morning. I'm going to the gym. I'm there at 4 a.m. every day. And, I turn around... I'm locking my door, but I caught a little motion out of my fuck corner of my eye. And I turn back around, and here's this fucking guy setting a fire in my neighbor's front yard, and then he grabs his flannel and he starts dancing around it, and he's waving it in the fucking air. And
wow.
I tell you what, dude, the dad voice just leaped out of me. What the fuck are you doing? And he stops, he turns, he looks, he says something. I said, put that shit out right now. And he does. I said, fuck that. I'm calling the fucking cops, man. And he says something else, and like he gets on his bike, and by this time I'm like, I've unlocked my door again. I'm getting something out of my bag to protect myself as I'm calling the cops.
Right.
Because I don't know what this fucking... I mean, he's starting to fucking fire.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I mean,
it's not like you live in a bad neighborhood.
No, but just a month and a half ago, I found the 21-year-old on my front porch.
Yeah, the girl
knocking on doors, trying to get help. I had to make sure that we weren't getting fucking home invaded robbery here, and make sure that we're protected before we open the door. But yeah, you're like, doesn't this stuff happen to anybody else, man? Is it just me?
I have my own special brand of like the shit that happens to me where it's like, I just, sometimes I look at, it's like, there was literally a point where every windshield on every car we owned had been broken in like a 1 week period. And the number of times that I've put in a brand new windshield on a car and then had it break within 24 hours, like I'm like, I should own stock and safe.
I went through several with the Scion. It seemed to be a fucking magnet.
Oh man,
no. We go to Seattle and I pack the carry-on and accidentally put like the deodorant in the carry-on.
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast.
This motherfucker ends up with that bag. He's the one who gets groped. Not me.
We talked about it. I have to check my bags multiple times before we leave.
Well,
because
don't leave a bullet in your bag.
Who knows
right?
what's rolling around in that fucking thing, dude?
What was it? One of my actor friends got her bag searched at the TSA, and she had her pocket rocket in it.
Nice.
And the lady didn't know what it was.
It's a dildo.
Because it was, it's one of the small.
Right.
And she's like, what is this for? And she's like, really? And she's like, yeah, like, I like, why are you bringing this on the plane? And she's like, it's a pocket rocket. And she's like, and the lady was like, the TSA, because it's like, old TSA lady. She's like, it shoots a projectile of some sort. She's like, it's a vibrator. And
Portable
she's like,
pocket pussy player. I don't know, ma'am. What would you like? Hey, I left the fucking black mamba at home, okay? Because I was only going to be gone for a day or two. See, ladies and gentlemen, bring silicone. Okay, just go straight for your big dildo, just because that's going to go through.
Yeah, I would think so.
They'll see it though,
Yeah.
and they'll say, I mean, trust me, you're going to be on fucking YouTube or something. Like, look at the tip is sticking out the top of the bag.
I have another friend of mine, that actor friend of mine, that he and his chorus boy cohorts play a game where they have a giant dildo that they hide in each other's luggage when they go on tour. So,
and then they hide it in each other.
but no,
Hurrah!
but it becomes the game of who's gonna get caught at TSA with the giant black dildo in their suitcase.
That was. Yep.
I could just see it unzipping, and you're just all, yep, that's
Fucking.
That's mine. Thank you.
It's my black mamba.
So, all right. So let's talk. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Before we. No, we'll come back to that later. Let's talk a little bit of. We got to talk Jurassic World.
You know, and I got to tell you guys, everybody out there, I purposely sat this out. We talked about fucking last year. I was not a fucking fan, and I was not looking forward to this. I do not care.
Oh, let's talk. Okay, so
go.
So I will begin by saying that Jurassic World was easily the worst of the 5 Jurassic movies.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was pretty
They're
bad.
all about the same to me.
All the same?
Yeah.
I
mean, the first one was great, but after that, it was like, oh, look, dinosaurs chasing people. Oh, they ate some people. Oh, they're running. They got away. Oh, look, there's the velociraptor.
I think it comes.
Oh, here comes the T-Rex to save the day.
Well,
we didn't fucking movie.
We didn't get into.
I gotta agree.
We didn't get into hero dinosaurs until after the second one. So when the third one hits, that's when you get the first
Bullshit!
one.
It was in the very first movie. The T-Rex comes to the rescue.
No, the T-Rex did not come to the rescue.
The T-Rex came to the rescue and attacked the velociraptors.
I wouldn't
and
call
escaped.
it the rescue as much as it attacked.
And then it's fucking.
And this banner comes floating down.
Yeah, he's totally right.
Okay, so this new Jurassic World.
Okay.
This new Jurassic World, plot-wise, the concept is. It's pretty dumb, just plain and simple.
It sounded fucking stupid as fuck.
It's like they take the Lost World concept, which, you know, it's like we got to go back to the island for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
There was a second site. Well, this one, it's like the dinosaurs are being are on there's a volcano that might be going off on there. It's on the island.
Good.
Yeah, sure, exactly. And there's an argument: should we save them or should we not save them? So first off, they literally apparently waited until the day that the volcano is going to go off to decide to make this. They're like, we had months to plan this, but no, we're doing it fucking today. Today's the day. So it's literally a volcano going off on the island while they're saving this. Which further, it's like, if you're going to build an island that's an amusement park, like, why not? Let's not build it on the island with fucking dinosaurs on it, right? And then, okay, there's like an old man who's James Cromwell plays.
Oh my God.
And he's supposed to be like John Hammond's partner that disappeared before the first Jurassic Park, right? So he's like, we're going to go save the dinosaurs. And the girl is like, all right, like that sounds like, because she's like an activist for dinosaurs now, apparently.
Fuck.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. They're trying to do something with this. So, so literally, we had time to generate this 3D model that I'm going to show you of the sanctuary we're going to take these dinosaurs to. But we didn't have time to get to the island before the day that the fucking thing blew up, all right?
Right.
Furthermore, didn't they have a fucking island full of doctors and shit that like worked on these dinosaurs? So there's a girl character, Steve, in the movie that's like, I'm a dinosaur doctor of some sort. And they're like, oh, have you ever worked on a dinosaur before? And she's like, no. And they're like, well, didn't you have a whole fucking island of these people that like worked at Jurassic World that you could have brought one of them with you? Right. No, we're going to bring the girl that's never done this before.
Right.
Furthermore, they bring this whole Blackwater-esque group of dudes that are ex-military types. And they're like, well, we need to bring, you know, James over here, the nerd character, because he can get into the computer systems. And I'm like, you apparently fucking have never researched like Navy SEALs and shit before, because they have badass dudes that can all fucking do that shit.
They all do it.
Right?
Yeah.
But it just like the amount of dumb movie making decisions that were made going into this film.
They're struggling. I mean,
fuck,
like,
dude.
There were a lot of what the fuck
I would be the
moments.
fucking person raising my hand going, you You made these, right? Yes. Can you just fucking make some more?
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, but they're alive now. Johnny Five alive,
You
dude.
know, it's a fucking dinosaur. I mean, we're not fucking grabbing guinea pigs here,
Well,
man. It's a fucking dinosaur and it's a fucking volcano on an island.
No, you haven't even got to the part that's like infuriating yet. So the movie goes, and it turns out, so lo and behold, they're not there to rescue the dinosaurs. They're there to sell them on the black market. So
Black market fucking military dinosaurs. God damn it. I fucking knew it. Fuck.
Well, that's the first set of dinosaurs, Steve, that they rescue. Those dinosaurs, they're going to sell them to whatever so they can fund the black market military dinosaur that they have a prototype of, mind you.
Right. And that goes hunting based on a sound and a laser pointer.
It's the dumbest thing ever. So they have a fucking laser pointer, right? That they literally go, we have this gun-like weapon that has a laser pointer on it that I'm going to point it at the target. And the dinosaur that we generated hears the sound wave emitted at the target and is trained to fucking attack the target. To which I'm like, if you were close enough to put a laser pointer on a fucking target, couldn't you just shoot him?
We have rockets that do that.
Like, we have drones. Like, you don't need a dinosaur to do this.
I mean, I know it
But
sounds
it's
really...
freaking sharks with laser beams.
I know it sounds cool. It sounds really rad.
It's not.
It sounds fun, but it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid.
Because not only that, because then I have to transport this giant dinosaur to wherever I'm going with my laser pointer.
No, that's not even the best part, dude. The best part is that they rescue the dinosaurs, and where do they take them? To fucking old man's mansion. And they're going to store him in the basement of the old guy's mansion.
Yeah.
That he doesn't know exists.
No, he knew the basement was. They had already,
No, he didn't know.
He didn't know that they were doing that shit. But remember, they even say in the early part of the movie that they're like, "Oh, this is where we worked on the early dinosaur creation."
Well, you know, I had some ball pythons in a terrarium.
Right.
I figure I could fit. Yeah, sure, probably a couple of those in there.
There was so many moments that you're like,
what the fuck?
What the fuck? Who? Why? There's a moment like they're like, oh, we got this cool shot of like of these like dinosaurs, and like one has got a strap around it, and it's like all awake and alive and pissed off, and it's like they're running around with tranquilizers, tranquilizing everything on the fucking thing, and I'm like, so the helicopter, like, one, you obviously don't know how helicopters work because this weight like variance is gonna fuck up the helicopter.
Oh, big time!
Like they
dude.
cannot handle this. Which
I've seen fucking just people getting and fucking up with the fucking that's fucking stupid.
And then the shot with the T-Rex, being carried, like the T-Rex was awake but in this giant cage, you know, and I'm like, so how'd they get it in the cage?
Right.
Like this is
it's a tiny cage,
tight-fitting cage around the T-Rex. So did they construct it from scratch around the T-Rex? Because I'm sure they didn't roll it into the fucking cage. Did they bring some sort
they
of
put them on a blanket and they slid it in?
And it's exactly that where you're like, how did, like, my mind is telling me that how the fuck did you make that happen?
Yeah.
Like, it looks cool, computer generated, but real life says, how did you do that?
Right.
Because you can't trank an elephant and be like, roll it into this very small cage now. People they don't have the capability to do that.
Yeah.
So but that's not even the worst part. Like, the worst part was the fucking truck sequence. So they basically, the guys betray him, blah blah blah. We're gonna leave them on the island to die. Our hero characters with Chris Pratt and nerd guy and girl. And so they're like, we got to get to the boat because if that boat leaves, we're gonna be stuck here on the island when the volcano explodes. Once again, these people apparently are not paying attention to Hawaii, the filmmakers right now, and how volcanoes actually work. But that's cool. Like, we'll let that one go. But they get to the spot where the boat is, and they're like, maybe what looked like 200 yards from the boat, and there's a truck like about 200 yards, and they're running towards the boat. The boat's not moving or anything, and Chris Pratt like gets to the truck and he goes, start that truck. Now, how far, like, normal people can run about 100 yards in about 10 to 20 seconds. So you're talking about 40 seconds of running.
Yeah, they're almost there.
And they're like, start the truck. We're going to drive the truck onto the boat. So, of course, they get the truck started, and the boat starts to pull away. And so what are they going to do? They're going to jump this fucker onto this boat full of bad guys, right? So they literally go and they drive, and then it jumps because, there's a ramp, which there wasn't. It just was a dock, They jump onto the boat and it just like hits the boat and nobody notices. Nobody says, hey, did that fucking truck just jump onto this boat? Right. And this is like a ferry. It's not like this giant like aircraft carrier that they jumped onto. It's
this hurts my head.
But it's literally, I'm sitting there in the theater going, nobody fucking went, hey, who are those guys that just drove that truck onto the boat? No, they all take a moment to stop and watch the Brachiosaurus in the background pose as it's dying in the Jurassic Park pose. It's all as the flames engulf it. It was the dumbest sequence I have ever seen in a movie.
Sounds fucking terrible, man.
It was...
Yeah, but it was very sad when the little guy was on the shore and he was trying to get away and he couldn't and he fell.
Like we all took time to like stop and watch. And the nerd character, like we don't know what to do with the nerd character, but we want him to show up again in the third act to help save the day. So it's just like, what do we do with him? I don't know. And then a guy walks up and goes, who are you? And he goes, oh, I'm part of the crew. And he goes, hold this rope. The guy just disappears. The character just disappears and then shows up again in the third act to help save the day. And you're like, who the fuck wrote this? Like, I was like watching the film. I just was sitting there and Elena looked at me at a certain point and she goes, this is not as good as the last one. And I go, no, it is not. Like really loud in the theater. But it just was like, and it was like, I looked at her. And in the beginning of the movie, I go, I know how this movie is going to end. Literally at the very beginning of the movie. And she goes, really? And I told her, I go, that little girl is a clone. And it's going to come down to her being a clone. And they're going to have a fucking dinosaur inside. I know how this movie's going to end. So the grandfather that was, John Hammond's partner, his daughter got killed. And so his granddaughter that everybody's like, oh, that's his granddaughter. He cloned his daughter because when he was older, because he was so grief-stricken. And so this clone, which is fine, I can get behind that as a storytelling device if it wasn't done terribly. Literally all the dinosaurs are in like the bottom of this thing. And they've released,
they're all dying
their poison gas has been released. And they're like, and Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard make the decision. They're like, she's like, we have to release him. And he's like, no, we shouldn't. And she's like, you're right. And so they all go to like the window to watch the dinosaurs die from poison. And the fucking clone hits the button and she's like, they're like me. So they release all the dinosaurs into our ecosystem. So now...
Right out into fucking Massachusetts.
Right.
Well, no, it's upstate California there. So it's all up.
It's like Hearst Castle, basically.
Yeah, basically. So, and then there's all these shots of the dinosaurs running around.
Like just random.
The world.
There's a city down below.
So it's basically like, but there's this shot of the T-Rex like roaring at a lion as Jeff Goldblum does.
I've seen that.
But which makes you go, one, how did the T-Rex get into the fucking zoo and nobody notices? Two, wouldn't
it's not like it's inconspicuous.
Thank you. Like in this world, haven't we already had a T-Rex cut loose in California once? Like I think they would be prepared for it at this point. Two, they were like the Velociraptor Blue, which was a big part, like the hero raptor, got released and is like looking over a desert town of some sort. And you're like, cool, well, she's the only velociraptor, so she can't breed because she's the last one left. But it's just like the fucking stupid leaps of
a life.
Oh, and don't even get me started on that.
Way.
They brought Jeff Goldblum in for like an afternoon and had him record a monologue that they used twice in the film.
Yeah.
Don't sell me Jeff Goldblum's back in the movie if he's not in the movie.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
I'm sorry. My diatribe of that movie, like, I just was like, I was dumbfounded. Furthermore, so.
But fucking Solo sucks.
Right?
Fuck.
Dude, okay, so they have this whole sequence, which, don't get me wrong, I kind of enjoyed. But the Indoraptor, as they were calling it, is hunting them. Now, a fucking old man has a museum in his house for some unapparent reason of dinosaurs. The dinosaur displays, though. Now, mind you, it's your own house. Why is there glass in the dinosaur displays?
Right.
It's your own house. Like, I'm going to build a diorama, but I'm going to put it behind glass for some reason, right?
Dust.
Of course. No, it wasn't sealed. Like they're literally running in and out of the dioramas trying to run from this creature, right? So they go out. She goes over to the circuit breaker and shuts down all the lights, so the Velociraptor cannot see them. Meanwhile, the dude has to restart the computer system, a la Jurassic Park 1, somewhere else. And when he fires up the computer system again, all the lights turn back on. Which I'm like, that's not how light switches work. I don't know if anybody understands this concept. Who the fuck wrote this movie? Like,
massive technical difficulties.
oh my god, dude! It was so.
The lights are just automatically on.
Yeah, they just came back on, even though it's not like she went to like a wall switch. She went to a circuit breaker and shut the lights off.
Right.
And when Homeboy hits the computer reboot, it reboots all the lights. And I'm like,
That's not the way it works.
that is not how lights work.
No.
But here's the thing.
It's like dumbfounding how stupid this movie was.
Even with all of that, I still enjoyed it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, I'm serious.
There's a fucking point where I'm just like, I'm not enjoying it anymore. This is garbage.
How's
No, I
this?
mean, here
It wasn't
it's trash.
Sharknado bad. I will say.
No,
and
it's fucking dinosaurs,
I
dude.
would watch it again. I hate to say it. I might watch it.
You will watch it
I
again
will
because
hate.
it's dinosaurs.
I will hate watch it
Shame
again.
on you.
No,
way.
man.
No fucking.
Hey, this is
you know
the
how many
difference-
times? What was last one's the one from last year called?
Are you talking about Jurassic World?
Yeah,
Have you only seen it the once?
the one fucking time. Dude.
Oh, you hated it
was
that
all right.
much? I really liked that movie.
Dude, that was garbage, dude.
There were stupid moments in it, but
Stupid, the whole fucking thing, just like this. I don't even need to see it. I'm glad I didn't. You saved me $4 for my movie
It
pass.
doesn't-
Movie pass.
you know what? This is the difference between Jurassic Park fans and Star Wars fans. It's because even though we picked this movie to shit, and it's worthy of being picked to shit, it was still fun. You know, whereas a Star Wars fan would pick those films to death, and then fucking go call in death threats to, Hayden Christensen and whatnot.
Well, I can't fucking call in the death threats to the fucking Velociraptors.
You
man.
can.
Because they're
It
not
fucking worked.
because they're not real. Is that why?
Well, it sounds like they all died in the movie. Well, some.
Well, no, one survived. Blue
Yeah.
survived.
Well,
A bunch of them survived. They all ran out at the end.
I didn't see his
They opened the
Instagram.
door.
There was
I
the
didn't see his
copies.
Instagram.
There was no other
So,
Velociraptors.
Oh, wow.
Maybe he doesn't have very good.
You didn't see his Instagram?
Wi-Fi in the motherfucking desert where he's hunting.
Well, I'm just gonna.
So
It wasn't,
goddamn
it was
stupid, dude.
It was.
It was stupid,
It was.
but it's fun.
No, it was.
It was fun.
It was an enjoyable 2 hours at the movie theater. It was no worse than some of the other movies I've seen this year.
Right.
So
Right.
but it was.
Would I watch this over? I don't even want to say. There are some Marvel movies that I would watch this movie instead of.
What?
Fucking any of the first two Thors.
Why are you so anti the first two Thors all of a sudden?
Dude, they're terrible.
Oh, you're wrong.
They are unfucking watchable for me. I can't watch them. Why do you think the new Thor is so great? Because they figured out the other two were just people walking around doing douche speak.
I can't. I cannot.
That's
Fucking
true.
stupid.
I cannot get behind your hatred.
They're
of,
so
uh,
bad.
I'll tell you what.
And
this,
the Iron Man films are terrible.
I don't even know you anymore. Like
it's really pretty shocking that this fucking movie has made so much money this summer. But hey, look at the world we live in. So I mean, we're in the fucking biggest clown show ever. So hey, actually, I shouldn't be surprised.
Now, I went and saw Incredibles about 3 hours ago.
that was great.
yeah,
It was really fucking good.
Great.
And is it just me, or is the entire show stolen by the baby?
Yeah, so there's a great sequence, Steve, and you should take the boys. The boys are like
Yes.
Ron and Andrew
Yeah,
loved
they're
it.
all about it. They're all
So
about
Jack, like and I never
Steals the
realized
movie.
nobody else, like none of the family knew Jack had powers at the
Right.
end of the first movie. I think we all just assumed that they knew, but they never knew. So that becomes
Right.
like a big plot point in the new one. But there is a sequence with Jack fighting against a raccoon, like in the middle of the
God, that
night.
was so great.
That's like about 9 minutes long. That is the funniest fucking thing I have ever seen in a Pixar movie.
Every time that fucking baby was on screen was brilliant.
Yeah.
That was comedic gold. That entire character, everything the character did.
Well, and what's funny is like how we've sat through like 3 bad Fantastic Four movies at this point.
Right.
But the Incredibles is basically the Fantastic Four. They have perfected the Fantastic Four in movie telling. You know, it's brilliant. And the whole like 1960s motif,
Right.
like really fits well over.
And from like frame one, where they do the Disney opening with the castle and everything,
Yeah.
and it's all in that art style, it's fucking great, dude.
yeah, it's
so good. And you know what? I saw where they were going. Like, oh, look at Dad had his movie. Now it's Mom's turn to be the star. But just like in the first one, everybody had their moment.
Sure.
You know, it
Can
wasn't.
we just say that fucking Helen Parr, Elastigirl,
Oh yeah.
he's a thick ass. They draw her with a thick ass.
Can we talk about that though? She's Elastigirl, right? So she could be any shape she wants. So she chooses to have that ass.
Have that ass, man.
I literally, we got done with the movie, and I looked at the wife, and I was like, I have a question. And she's like, what? I go, why are Elastigirl's boobs so big in her costume, but not in her normal? Fucking, like, we're gonna get another DCMA warning, Chris. Thanks. I shit you not. But I'm like, why are her boobs so giant in her spandex? And then in her normal outfit, it does not, like, I think she blows that shit up as well when she's out fighting crime.
Well, you know.
She's built like Kim Kardashian. That's all. She's Kim Kardashian out there fighting crime. Steve approves.
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, but this movie, like, fun.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Predictable. I would
Yeah.
say very predictable.
Well, how long did it take you to figure out who the bad guy was?
Literally the first scene.
Yeah.
Like, literally the first
I
scene.
leaned over to Phoebe. I'm like, that's the bad guy right there.
Yeah. Immediately. And then it was just like, but it was still fun. I mean, even, and then if you, although they had the big, there's the sequences with the flashing. Like, there's, the villain is, what was the villain's name, Chris?
It's like Screen something.
Screenslaver.
Yeah.
Screenslaver. But Screenslaver uses a flashing light effect to mind control people. So there was this big thing like, oh, if you have epileptic kids, don't take them.
Yeah.
And I got done with the movie and I looked at Elena. I was like, I'm really disappointed. And she's like, why? I'm all, none of these fucking kids had an epileptic seizure while I was in here.
I had my fucking phone ready. I was
like, why come if they're not going to like be on the ground shaking,
Yeah, I remember that fucking, what was it, Pokemon was fucking giving that same warning. You're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
But it is pretty, I'm not going to lie, like, I could see if you have a problem with this shit goes on for a while. There's like a 2-minute sequence of it, and you're like...
Are you sure that it went on for a while? Maybe it fucked with you a little bit, baby.
Maybe it was like that's the reason I went out and bought a $12 beer from the...
Yeah, fucking hey. Paying for that movie pass was something.
Yeah, there you go, man.
No, definitely good film.
Yeah, it's I really hope that they can get a third one out before like the main voice actors die.
I mean, fuck, right?
It took 14 years for this last one, so...
And they are not...
No.
They even do a thing at the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie about how long it took to do this fucking movie.
What's his name? I mean, he's
Craig
got...
T. Nelson.
I think he says he's got great grandchildren.
Yeah.
Right.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, he's... A lot of these actors are fucking like people that we've grown up with are like...
Right.
It's not. They're not young pups anymore.
I mean, what did Harrison just hit the other day? 70 something.
Yeah. And did you see that they were like, the Indiana Jones 5 has been bumped to 2021, and I'm all, dude, it's gonna be 80 by the time you put this film out. Like, what are you making? Like, or is he just doing a voiceover for,
Honestly, dude, just bring in the mutt. It's all about the mighty mutt.
I'm sorry, man. I think fucking Shia LaBeouf is fucking.
Oh, he's so good, dude.
I think he's just fucking so done, dude.
No way. Bring in the fucking mutt. He takes over.
I don't think anybody wants to fucking deal with this guy anymore.
Dude, I'd watch that all day long.
He's a bit loopy.
He's.
Hey,
but
just
wait,
do it!
He gave us the greatest meme of all time.
That was one of the greatest videos I've ever fucking seen right there.
And if I could,
love it,
the
dude.
number of times I have used him clapping, clapping in a theater to himself is like the
Or when
greatest.
he's crying.
Yes.
I'm watching me, and I'm so good. I'm so emotional. Fuck this guy, dude. He's too much, man.
Shia is God.
You know what it is, dude? That's like, what is it? I saw a post about what was it, Mandy Moore the other day. And it's all, could we give Mandy Moore a nice round of applause for being a completely normal adult as a child actor? Like, because she's like the only one. She's like,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
you know, like all these child actors, they end up like, I mean, think about Shia LaBeouf. He hit when he was like 14, and by the time he's 30, you're like, what the fuck happened to that guy?
Look at fucking what's her name, dude?
Britney Spears.
No, Wrecking Ball.
Oh, Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, dude.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden it was like,
Although I think she's
I
like,
can do as much coke as I want, dude.
That's what I'm-
You know
she
what
was
I mean?
publicity.
I think she was publicity. Is Jesus Christ? It's called mute.
Publicity or not, there's still some level of
Hold on.
that's real.
Pause on this real quick.
Okay.
How
How the fuck does he know how to flip that little switch?
You do it intentionally at this point. You are not you're not the fucking president, dude. You're not Trump, like, and Putin's not calling you to like hang out later. Like, nobody is that important that's calling you.
You know what? Was it the goddamn Russians trying to buy these fucking dinosaurs? Fuck, man.
There was a Russian guy.
Mr. Gorbachev, put back that wall. Okay? Fuck, dude.
There was okay, once again, back to the dumbness of this movie. There was a moment where they literally they're like, this is the future of dinosaurs, and then they showed off the laser like sight, and there was literally this Russian guy, these like 25 millions.
Yes, millions.
And I looked at Elena and I go, this motherfucker knows how to say million. Like, nobody, like,
fucking
so
fucking
cliche.
Russians, dude.
he's like 25 millions. And somebody's all 30 million. And the guy goes, 35 millions. And I'm like, no.
Fucking Boris the Blade. Motherfuckers.
Yes,
dude.
there was. Absolutely. Absolutely. But The Incredibles, man. And you know what's nice? They actually realized how much we all love Frozone from the first movie, and they gave him a much bigger part in this movie.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, for me, I was like, yes, more Frozone, more Mr. Incredible. Like the sequence with what's her face? The
daughter?
No, the costumer.
She was great, Edna.
Edna, yes. She's like, darling,
great.
like all of her shit. It's like the movie, very well made, fun. A good time.
I feel like it didn't just repackage the same shit either.
No.
Like, we saw all new shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And it was like,
Oh man, sometimes it takes 14 years to develop a script.
and that's not, at least it's not bad. You know, I'd much rather them take 14 years and then the crap out like some of these movies, like look, the first Madagascar, I had a great time with. Like, as a kid's movie, like, we've showed it to Ronald and Andrew, but really, like, by the time I get to the third one,
most of these animated films now, I don't even, especially when it's getting into second and thirds, I'm almost not paying attention after the first one.
Did you watch The Wreck-It Ralph?
No, that was just something about it just wasn't.
I really like that movie.
Fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a number. Like, look, I think like the How to Train Your Dragons have been good consistently.
Good.
Yeah.
And then they got a final one coming out. Like the first two were a lot of fun, you know. But like some of these, it's like, I mean, dude, by the time you get to like the fourth Shrek, you're like, really? Am I really still doing this? You know?
Yeah.
It's
Same fart and burp joke.
Yeah, it's like I'm good. Like
good Halloween specials. Just to let you know.
Oh yeah, they're fun. Now, have you like the Hotel Transylvania? Like, I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, like the first one.
Second one was all right.
Second one was okay.
And now they're having.
I don't know how much I'm feeling on the third one.
You mean where they're like going on a beach vacation? Like,
Yeah.
It's the Love Boat.
The monster boat.
I'm
thing.
out, dude. Like some of
And
these.
it's gonna have Van Helsing in it or something. So.
I mean, I'm okay with that. If they actually kill off the Dracula character in a children's movie, I'd be impressed by that. I'm like, all right. It's like that my son's Hansel and Gretel performance, you know? It's like, where's the violence?
It's been a nice introduction to monsters for my boys.
Yeah.
You would think I don't let them watch, like, you look at the older stuff, they'd be like, what the fuck is
No,
this?
not ready for that, man.
Wait. Have you tried to show it to him, though?
Like Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't feeling
It's
it, man.
slow, dude.
I showed
you know
Ronald
what I mean?
Andrew some old stuff, and he was like, what did we watch? We watched Night of the Living Dead, because he was like, Dad, I've never seen a zombie film.
We watch a lot of Walking Dead, so.
But I mean, like,
if I were to show them that now, they're gonna have to be older to be able to, I think, not
appreciate it.
because I've wrecked them by giving them the good stuff.
Right.
Well,
Already, they're like, oh, look, it just blew his head off. And you're like, oh well, fuck. You know what I mean?
Dude, Jurassic Park, like, he was dialed in on Jurassic Park, and then you know what it is? They make that hero dinosaur bullshit and I was once again, I'm all, that's all for him.
Yeah,
selling
it's
toys, dude.
You know, I saw that they have like a fucking raptor mask and
Right.
like fucking, you know,
Oh,
raptor claws
dude,
and
Blue of
shit,
course
you
saves
know.
the day again, and
Yeah.
you're like, and at a certain point, I'm like, really? I'm all, really? Blue saves the day again?
It's just for our kids.
But
now,
he
know?
he stood up in the chair and was like, Dad, Blue, I love Blue. And I was like, all right. And then he was running around the house playing Velociraptor for 2 days afterwards.
Was he doing it like fucking Jim Carrey?
Oh, yeah,
and,
dude. Little arms and like the head bobbing everywhere. And then he told me, he goes, Dad, you're the T-Rex and I'm Blue. And I'm like, so I'm going to win. And he goes, no, Dad. Blue wins. And I'm like, all right, whatever, son.
Right.
Like, whatever. You're all about winning. Like,
Yeah.
I get that. So, Oh, dude. Okay, so we got some more movies to do, but I got to do a dumb shit, my kid. So my son has discovered, especially right after the camping trip, he's like discovered the concept of manipulation now a little more. I don't know why and when this happened, but he's like, I got home from rehearsal late the other night, and he's like, Dad. And I'm like, what's up, buddy? He goes, got home pretty late last night. I go, yeah, I did. And mind you, it's like 6:45 in the morning. And he goes, you must have been hungry when you got home. And I'm like, not really. He goes, are you sure you didn't get a bite to eat? And I'm like, no, 6-year-old, I didn't get a bite to eat. And he goes, yeah, food's interesting.
What the fuck am I talking to right now?
And then I look at him, I go, are you hungry? And he goes, I am hungry. And I was like, this little son of a bitch, he's working me for food at 6:45 in the morning. And he's like, we have all sorts of food downstairs, Dad. Wouldn't you love to make me something? And I was like, Jesus Christ. I go, this kid, he's gonna, if he's not running for mayor, he's gonna be a grifter. Like, it's gonna happen.
Right.
Like, it's already gonna happen.
Mine are already just fucking like opening the door, getting shit out. Caught him trying to climb up to get the fucking milk. Oh. Let's put that lower before you climb up.
Oh, yeah. So Elena yells at me, like, she's like, you need to stop leaving the fridge door open. The milk keeps going bad. And I'm like, I'm not leaving the fridge door open. So I come downstairs one morning when the child has made himself a bowl of cereal. And what does he do? He makes the bowl of cereal. And he fucking leaves the milk on the table the entire time he's eating.
I think it's funny that your wife thinks that at
41
years old, that, yeah, hon, I don't know how to close the fucking door to the fucking fridge. Yeah. All of a sudden, after 41 fucking years, I said, fuck, I ain't doing it anymore. I don't have to live by the rules anymore. Fuck this door.
I'm never peeing sitting down again.
Yeah, fuck this. Hey, right. I'm stand up pee. How about that?
It just
King of the castle.
But it's literally like, I start getting blamed for stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute. I shut the fridge door, or
right.
I do this, and she's like, no, it's you. I know it's you.
Oh, could not be the little prince.
No.
Oh, no way.
No. The thing my vagina have given forth could not have possibly done it. No.
It's far too sophisticated for that.
So, but yeah, man, I figured you'd appreciate that. You got any dumb shit your kids have done recently?
Oh, Jesus Christ. They just wake up and it just starts from there.
Well, please share, sir.
No,
Please share.
no, actually, no, I got nothing.
I could tell a dumb shit about. We went camping recently.
Yeah.
And the boys all decided they needed to pee at the same time. They're like, I need to pee, and somebody, I need to pee, and so
our children have no what's the word that they shame.
No, none at all.
Any degree, dude. They will they'll drop trout in front. They don't care who.
So we're at the campsite, and there's like the general toiletry, and so it's like all these toilets, and there's a shower in the middle. And so they're like, we're all walking. I'm all right, boys, I'll walk with you. And then Ronald and Andrew all, let's race. And so they all run. And so I'm like, all right, guys, I'm not running. Like, I'll catch up with you.
Right.
And so I get up there. The door is wide open to the toilet, and they're all giggling because they're all literally peeing into the toilet at the same time. And then I hear them. I hear my son going, zoom, zoom.
Okay,
killing her
it's
on.
muted, dude. Shoom, I'm there. Keep going.
What the fuck is your problem? like
It went off on its own.
it just has a mute button, dude.
I fucking muted it. It's
like
done.
mine has a setting where you can hit the mute button and you could say, "Don't bother me" for exactly 1 hour or 2 hours.
Where
I
is
have
that?
a little switch.
Yeah, or you could just do
turns
this
off,
and it goes down. There's a little toggle switch. Look on mine. On mine, look. If you hit this button right here, you can go do not disturb, or you can go alarms only. Or if I hold it down
wonder if
for
I have
like
that
2
one.
seconds, like, oh my God, like you're literally the most annoying person on the planet. Like, please, listeners, legitimately go on the website or on the thing and post about how much you hate Chris. Like, just do it. Like, I want to see.
very nice,
I want to
dude.
see who posts how much they hate Chris this week.
Chris is fucking in the theater, dude. He's that fucking guy in the center aisle, dude, with his
Wait,
phone on.
how's
You're
this?
like,
I have a hot topic
dude.
pop that I want to give away.
God.
And for everybody that posts a hate thing about how much they hate
Jesus
Chris on the
Christ.
show, you'll get one ticket invested into the pop thing.
This is just mean.
This
dude.
is mean. I agree. You've been warned. You've been warned, and it has come to an end now, and this will stop.
You know what?
No.
I was doing the podcast, but I got so much backlash that I felt like killing myself.
We're gonna start a
And
meme of like,
Add me to the list. I didn't even get in the
Next thing
fucking
you
Star
know,
Wars
my
money.
fucking address is fucking online. They're fucking somebody boiled my rabbit.
oh, is it Fatal Attraction?
You
Like
know,
that's
they killed my fucking rabbit, man, because you and your fucking goddamn Facebook shit.
yeah. So, anyways, the boys were playing lightsabers with their.
Well, I mean, at one point, didn't one of them want to take a poop and still continue
Yeah.
having the conversation with the others?
Yes,
you know, like, hey,
absolutely.
I'm pooping. It's cool. So yeah, dude, they're just like wildlings.
It was a good time had by all, and then take
I've got to fucking go, and actually I've made an appointment to trim my beard down tomorrow because I look like I have been on the other side of the wall.
You don't do it yourself? Or you...
No, I should go to a place, but I haven't gone for a couple months now since the Sid got married.
they custom trim it or was it
He
like,
does a whole shaping to it
Oh,
and
nice,
stuff,
dude.
but I've been busy, hiking and rafting and
Yeah.
camping and
I didn't know there was such a thing.
as going outside?
to a barber.
No, getting
never heard
your
of a
fucking beard like shaped and shit.
You've never heard of a fucking barber?
No, I've heard of a barber. I just fucking get the clippers out myself and do it. I didn't know like.
I've never had a big beard before, so I didn't know
Right.
somebody
I
actually.
I didn't
trimmed
know
up your
people
beard.
like did that. No, it's legitimately. I didn't realize that was the thing.
What the fuck?
I fucking get a haircut. I cut my own beard.
Does your mom fucking do your haircut for you?
well, at this point, it looks like it.
First off,
No,
he,
Chris just
great
whacked
clips.
off all his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's rocking this whole
Right now, I'm like
Jesus.
low rent Hugh Grant over here.
Jesus
Oh,
haircut.
that's-
now
that
he's
is true.
like,
it's got the little wave in the front. And
Yeah,
he's
it's
all
fucking
He's like,
horrible.
I just wanted to tell you about a thing.
Yeah,
like, Hugh Grant.
yeah, it's called a barber, and they do more than just cut your hair.
Well, who
and
knew?
Shave your.
What do they charge for that?
I think it was like $20 or something.
Holy shit, dude! I'll do it.
Get low. That's a lot of money.
I'll do it for 12. How about that?
Fucking shit.
Well, first off, Steve's beard, it's like this beautiful, like, wafting thing. And you look like the fucking partner from Tool Time right now. So that's,
Is that because I've got the pop filter in front of my face right now, and all you can see is my eyes?
No, not the guy on the fence. Like the dude that was.
you're
his-
talking about Al.
Yeah,
All
his
right.
sidekick. You got the owl beard going on right
All
now.
right.
The host of Family Feud, as it were.
That's right, he is. Huh?
He was. So, anyways, I think we should probably wrap this episode.
Yeah, we'll
up.
talk about Ant-Man and Wasp on the next one. I hear great things about this movie. I think
Yeah,
it's
we'll-
very funny.
We'll have a bunch to talk about because we'll get to Ant-Man and Wasp. We'll talk about Comic-Con. We'll get together next week.
Yes.
And do another episode before I head out of town because I'm going to be gone for another 2 weeks. So
It's one of those cult workshops, is it?
I am. It's a.
I'm telling you, those fucking people are a cult, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and it'll be a good time. When I come back out, my name is gonna be Brother Moonbeam or some shit like that. So
Where are you going?
we got a trip. So
all right.
I'll be gone. I'll be gone from anyways, I'll be gone. I'm not going
Alright.
to tell my listeners when I'm going to be gone from because then it's like, hey, Ron's house is unoccupied. That's not true, though. We have a house sitter. So, but anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of the show. It's been fun and festive. Chris learned what a barber is, apparently. And
Okay.
remember, please post all your hatred of Chris on the Facebook page, and you will be entered to win a Hot Topic Pop. So we hope you've enjoyed the show. I'm a baby Kylo.
I am not going to Comic-Con.
I am Ron's irrational hatred of my phone.
And we hope you guys are having a Nerdlife Crisis. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.